as many of our clients have a need to change photos names, rename them in other words, or to make them smaller to use on the internet, I'm just going to show you a little bit on how to use the Fastone Photo Resizer as a program that is available free on the net to help you to resize your photos. I'm going into the My Pictures folder here, and I've got a little folder that I've created that says resize, and it's got about 8 or 10 photos in here. Now I can take these photos and I can add them one by one or all at one into the group on the left hand side, or I can remove whatever I want to just by clicking them and remove them. So in this way you can move different photos from different folders all to the right hand side here where you'll be using them. But you can also just go to the resize folder and say add, and it will actually add the whole folder with the photos into the right hand side. And this is, in other words, our workbench, the things that we're going to work with. I'm going to choose the output format as JPEG because I want them in JPEG, and then the output folder is where do I want to save this photo. So I'm going to click browse, go to my documents, go to my pictures, go to resize, and because I don't want to lose my original photos, I'm going to say create folder, and I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to call it small, just so that I can show you how you can actually move them into the small. Remember here, if you don't create a subfolder, you might overwrite your existing photos, and then if you have small photos and you want to print them, the quality might not be good enough or something. This is not ticked by default, it normally looks like this, but we need to resize the photo, so I'm going to click on add advanced options because I want to resize this photo. So I'm going to go to advanced options, and here you can choose any size that you want to make your photos. I normally use the standard size 640 by 480. That's more or less the size of a postcard, because that will help us to actually resize the photos to about a postcard in size. Once you're happy, you can just say OK, and you will now see that it's got the resize option in there. What do you want the photos to be named? In the same time, you can rename them. Let's call them all small, and then the hashes is for number. In other words, the 3 different numbers, so it will be 001, 002, 003, and you can even say where it must start from. I always put my photos into lowercase. It's just easier because some of the Linux servers don't read the photo if you upload it with a capital, and in your database, for instance, it's got a small letter, it won't recognize the photo. So I make them all lowercase, and then I'm sure that it will be correct. You can keep the original date of the photos, and then you can also ask you to warn them if it's going to overwrite. In this case, it won't happen because I've created a subfolder where it must be done. Once you've got all those things in place, especially the name and the resize, you just click on convert, and here you will see how the process is happening. It resizes one of each photo, puts it into the new folder, and you can see the old size, the percentage that it was made smaller, and then also the new size. So a 2 megabyte photo here has now become 107 kilobyte. It goes through the process all at once. Once it's finished, you will just see the 100% and a done at the top, at the bottom, and you can click done, and the process is done. You've got your photos resized. Just to help you as well, we've done the rename of the photos now, but you can also, if you just want to rename photos, go to the on top here to the batch rename. It opens the same folder, so I'm going to take my resize and small, and here you will see it's got the name small 001, 002, 003, whatever. I'm going to move them to the right, and now I can change the name. I'm going to make them image, and we'll just put in 3 hashes because I want to rename these photos now from small to image. Once I've put that in, I can say rename, and it will actually rename my photos. You will see small has now been changed to image 001, image 002, and so on. It's always good to rename your photos once you upload. In this case, I used image with a capital, rather stick with lowercase photos, just makes it easier. I hope this will help you to be able to either convert your photos into a smaller size or rename them. Enjoy!